Hi there, I'm Jen Hand, your food coach for helping you end your battle with eating. And I realized as I was getting ready for filming this episode on where are you apologizing for your body, which I cannot wait to get into, but I realized that I wear this shirt literally all the time whenever I have to get ready for anything. So I was like, have I already filmed a video in this shirt maybe 4 times? Every time I have a client session, I want to wear this shirt. Anytime I want to do a live Facebook video, I'm like, oh, I want to wear this shirt. So you know how you have your like go-to summer shirt that you wear all the time? This is it. And I have matching earrings that I wear with it. So if you've seen me in this outfit 60 times, I apologize in advance. And there I am apologizing. Oh my gosh. That was not on purpose. And that is the point of this episode of where are we apologizing for our bodies? Well, it was for our bodies, not really for wearing the same shirt again. But that is such a good example. I can't believe I just did that. So today's topic really is, where are we apologizing for our bodies? Where are we hiding ourselves and feeling like we aren't enough consciously or subconsciously, and we apologize for it in the way we walk, in what we wear, in how we act, in what we say, in our stance, in our postures, in our gestures. There are a million and one ways to apologize for ourselves or our bodies or something that we don't like. And this YouTube video is really to start being aware. And the catalyst for this was a workshop I attended, was it last week? I guess it was only a few days ago now. I'm in a women's business group that meets monthly, and the exercise was in speaking and selling from a place that's authentic, but it was also about how you inhabit your body. And this one woman, the brave soul who went first as a volunteer, she came up and she was talking about her new career. She's applying to Rolfing School. It's sort of similar to massage, and she loves working with her hands, and she kind of put out her hands like this. And she was done talking, and the facilitator said, "Oh, you have such gorgeous hands." And she immediately put them behind her back and was like, "Oh, I hate my hands. They're like 12-year-old boy hands." And it was an example of, I mean, she wasn't doing it on purpose, but the facilitator used it as an example of apologizing, of, hey, let me see your hands. They are beautiful. They are a part of you. Don't be ashamed of them. Like, don't hide them. Show them in the world. If you love working with your hands, like, be proud of that. And so I went next as a volunteer, and I did it because on video, I think I'm good at speaking authentically and connecting with my heart and really being in my body. But when I'm in front of people speaking, especially when I'm selling a program or something, I get so in my head of like, I have to say the exact right thing, and I don't speak from me, from like, my body. And this is so parallel so much with the food path too, of like thinking from our head about what we eat versus thinking from our body about what we eat. Anyway, she was like, all right, tell me about, asked what I was selling, and I said in the next few months I'll be opening up my retreat again. And she said, okay, talk about your retreat. And I could totally feel myself, like I was stiff. I was like my posture was horrendous. I was totally in my head. I was like all weird and awkward, and and then I got some feedback, and she sort of walked me through an exercise where I got out of my head, connected back into my body, and spoke again, and then did it at a deeper level and spoke again. And what I took away from it was, upon reflection, it was amazing, because I felt like being in front of people, whether that's having a conversation with a group, or being at a party and having a crowd, or whether you're speaking or giving a presentation at work, like, we don't stand and own ourselves. It's like we shrink, we hide, we don't want anyone to see us. We're self-conscious about the part of our body that we hate, that we think people are staring at. And it made me think about my own journey around how much I've hid my body and how much I've apologized for how I look and what body part I didn't like, not necessarily verbally. I didn't say, I'm sorry that my stomach looks like this. It was in the way I showed up. And I'll give you some examples, but I want to kind of finish this train of thought of that when we feel like we're apologizing for something within ourselves, it shows in how we are in this world, whether that's how we act, what we wear, what we're speaking, what we're saying to ourselves, what we're saying to someone else. And so I want, through the next few examples that I give, I want you to be aware of where you do this, of where you hide, where you apologize for a part of your body, and with no judgment, no criticism, just like being really tender and compassionate with yourself around where do I apologize for myself. So for me, it was always my stomach, and how I hid that over the years was, if I ever sat down on a couch, I would find the nearest pillow and put it over my stomach. When in the summer, especially at the beach, at the pool, I would carry my beach bag or pool bag and then hold a towel over my stomach, or wear the towel like all the way up here around myself when I had gotten out and dried off. I would, in my intimate relationships, I would always want the lights off. I would always put my arm over my stomach, or make comments about like, don't look at my stomach, or try and get in the best flattering angle. One of the big things for me was carrying things in front of my stomach, and I didn't realize it until after the workshop that I did this at my wedding last week. No, 2 weeks ago. No, 3 weeks ago. So I carried flowers, and I realized that they were my safety net to cover my stomach, and I did not realize it at the time. Or maybe I did subconsciously, but not like I thought that and still did it. It was like, yeah, I'm carrying these flowers because I don't want people to look at my stomach. It wasn't like that. But looking back, I'm like, those flowers felt like a crutch. They felt like a safety net. They felt like they covered that part of me that I've been ashamed of for so long, or that I hid for so long. And it was just that default behavior of, gotta cover myself. And when my flowers were taken away, put down or whatever, not really necessary for the rest of the evening, I felt that initial like, oh, I wanna hide. I wanna like, ooh, I don't like this. So other examples of how we apologize for ourselves: wearing baggy clothes. Do we show up and want to hide ourselves because we don't even, that's a sort of apology in and of itself. We're just not even going to apologize. We're just going to hide it and cover it up and not have to say anything about it at all. Do we not get dressed or feel like we look a mess and say, oh, sorry, I didn't have time to get ready, or, oh, sorry, I didn't really get dressed up for this? And I notice I do that too. If I feel like I'm not as put together as other people at the event, or I'm out in gym clothes, I'm like, oh, sorry, I look like this. Sorry, I'm a mess. That's apologizing right there. Do we not fit in an airplane seat and apologize? I'm really sorry I don't fit in this seat, or apologize to the person next to us. And that, that's kind of a sensitive subject, but just another example of where we can apologize for us, for our bodies. When we think we're not enough, when we think we're not acceptable, or do we shrink? Like, do we hunch over? I mean, I do that too. Like, to take up, to shoulders back, to stand tall, to take up space. That feels kind of vulnerable and kind of like, oh, I don't want people to look at me. I just want to be in my little corner and blend into the background and not have anyone see me or look at me. I'm trying to think of where else. Do we actually say it? Like, I'm sorry, to our partners, to our best friends, to someone that are close to us. Like, I'm sorry I'm overweight. I'm sorry I'm carrying extra weight. I'm sorry I look like this. I mean, that's a very overt way of saying it, but that's another way. So this isn't always verbal. It's oftentimes in how we dress, oftentimes in the way we carry ourselves. And that's a big one. The way we carry ourselves, the way we, talk to people, interact with people, what we say to ourselves, what we say to others. And really, like, it's a lot of it's physical. It can be mental, it can be emotional, but like how we physically carry ourselves says so much about how we're hiding and where we're apologizing. So my challenge to you is to simply be aware of this week or the next few weeks. Are you apologizing for your body in any way? Do you think the part of you that you hate, your stomach, your thighs, your butt, your arms, your whatever, do you apologize for that in any way? Do you hide that in any way? And I realize I do this. So I've struggled the last year and really my whole life on and off with my skin, with acne, and it drives me freaking nuts. But I've noticed I wanted to start apologizing for it. And little texts I've sent or comments I've made, I realize I've been subconsciously wanting people to know when they get close to me, and if they see my skin or see my breakout, like, it's not that I'm ignoring it, like I'm working on these problems, you know, I'm trying some solutions. Like, I don't want them to think that I'm not aware of it. So again, another subtle way that I'm embarrassed or ashamed of something and I'm feeling like I have to apologize for it. So being aware and you know, pop it in the comments. Let me know if you're brave enough to share and you want me to weigh in on that. So we will be exploring this much more deeply in the How to Really Love Your Body course. So in the Normal Agers Club, which is my membership program, it's typically a self-paced program, and we have a group. We do monthly coaching calls, and we have a Facebook group. We do challenges, we do different things, but a lot of it's self-paced. So everyone's on different lessons and doing different things, and we kind of have a monthly theme that brings us together. But for this, starting September 4th, we will be doing a live course for the first time all together. So we'll all be working on the same material, talking about the same things, going through the road to body acceptance and body love together. So I'd love to have you join if you want to take this concept deeper. This is something I've actually never taught. More of the physical aspect of body acceptance and body love, and how we show up and not be ashamed of ourselves and stand really in our own enoughness. And it's something I definitely want to dive deeper into in this course. So link is below. If you are interested, shoot me any questions. And your mini challenge is to be aware of where you apologize for yourself, your body, the way you look this week.